Welcome back. In this video, we are going to take a look at keyframe animation of the camera so you can produce a video of your scene that you can use to make a little commercial in one of your little last assignments in this unit. So here we go. You'll see I have a little dummy scene here. You should probably practice what I'm doing as I do it in a little default cube blender scene of your own. I don't think I would do it with your actual model scene in case you make a mistake and mess it up. Easier to practice just on a blank file for now. So things we're going to look at here. I have a camera selected. Let's set the camera up properly like we have before, just so we can move it around and take good shots with it. So we press N on the keyboard and then go to the View tab and select Lock the Camera to the View. We can press the N key again and close it off. And now you can press 0 on the numpad or viewpoint camera to see what the camera sees. And there we go. Okay, let's move the camera and let's try to get it so it has something like this sort of view. And so what I want to do here is zoom as far out as I can and keeping just red in the background. Notice if I go a little too far back, oops, it disappears. I don't know if you remember that from earlier, but this is the clipping of the camera. If you want to fix that, then down here on the camera tab, you'll see you have clip start, clip end, and you could just pump that up to like 500. And now you can see I can go much farther back. Let's say that I like this view right here, and that's what I want to start off. Okay, here comes the keyframing process. Down below here, you see you have a window, and it's called the timeline window. I'm just going to bring this up a little bit to make it more obvious. This is your timeline, and these numbers here are frames. And the default rate at which Blender will play, for instance, if I rewind and play, it plays 24 frames a second. And we'll just leave it at that one. That's pretty standard. And so if you look here, it's given us 250 frames. That's about 10 seconds of film footage. It's not a lot. We'll pump that up later by changing this number. We'll make it so we have more frames, but we'll wait a second for that. For now, let's just get the first keyframes in here. So, frame 1. Okay, make sure you're on frame 1. You can type it in here, if it's easier. Make sure your camera's selected. Make sure you like what you see and go, okay, I think this is a good spot where the camera should be on frame 1. And then with your mouse somewhere in this window here, just press K. And the K stands for keyframe. What we're doing is we're telling the program to remember something about the camera. And what do we want to remember? I want to remember both the location and the rotation of the camera on frame 1. And so that's the one you pick. And this is the one we're going to pick all the time. And what you notice now is you get a little diamond there. Okay. When it's not selected, it's gray. When you've selected it, it's orange. This is a keyframe. Okay, our first keyframe. So now the program knows where the camera should be. Let's advance in time. Okay, and let's go for 10 seconds. Let's go all the way up to 240. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick a new spot for the camera. So make sure you're on frame 240. Exactly. We can change the view of our camera. Okay, to zoom in on our object, like maybe like that. And maybe you think that's good. That's a good spot where it should end. Press K and keyframe location rotation. Okay, that's pretty good. Now watch what Blender's already done. Rewind, play. Blender will magically fill in all the frames between just by knowing the starting point and the end point. And that's really the key to keyframes, right? You're sort of going point A to point B. And then later on, we'll add point C, point D, and the camera's going to move around. And so that gets keyframed. You'll notice it starts off slow, it picks up speed, and then it slows down towards the end. That's called easing in when it picks up speed, and it's called easing out at the very end. That's the default behavior of keyframes. Later in the video, I'll show you how to change that. So if you want the speed to be just one set speed, no speeding up or speeding down, then we can easily do that with a couple clicks. Okay, but that's a little later. Okay, at this point, you can imagine getting some footage with your model for a little commercial. That's a little 10-second zoom in. You know, you're going to be talking or saying something, you know, while that's happening. And now you want a totally different camera view. Well, we need more frames, right? So let's set up first. Right now, I'm zooming in and out with the mouse wheel here in this window. I'm at 240 frames. Let's change this and let's pump this up. Let's just make this 1,000 frames. Actually, you know what? Your video will probably be around 800 frames, so I'll put 800. I'll click and grab. I'll zoom out a bit. There we go. Okay, looks good. Now, to pick up and move the camera to a totally new location, you got to do something a little special here. And here's the trick. Go to frame 240, and that's where the camera is. And here's our little trick. Go to frame 241. Don't change anything. Keyframe it again. Location, rotation. So these two are exactly the same. What this is doing is this is sort of anchoring the keyframe animation. If I actually just picked up the camera and moved it to a whole new spot here, it would actually make the camera do a bit of a wiggle, weird rotation. I mean, I'll show you afterwards maybe. But this is just a fix to it. And then go to frame 242. And on frame 242, pick up the camera and move it where you want it to be. So for instance, I want to do this effect. I want the camera to be looking at nothing, and then I want my object coming across like this. This is panning the object, and then it goes off screen. So that's the starting point of the camera. That's the end point of the camera. So let's go for it. Starting point of the camera here. I like where the camera is. It's selected. I'm on frame 242. K for keyframe. Keyframe, location, rotation. That's good. Let's now jump way ahead in time, like to 500 or something. So I'll just zoom out here. Actually, just let me type it. 500. Okay, now I'm on frame 500. Pick up the camera, move it where you think the camera should be. It should be around there. Pretty good. Camera selected. Frame 500. Somewhere in this window, hit K. Keyframe the camera's location rotation. Let's see what we got. Rewind and play. So it's going from our first keyframe to the end. I added that little extra keyframe, right? There's two keyframes there. And now the camera jumps and it does the nice slow panning there. You have a lot of frames. They're free to add. Don't be chintzy with them. A lot of students seem to make their videos go way too fast. You know, the camera's zooming around doing really weird stuff that makes you nauseous to look at. Take it easy on it and just make it slow, steady, and smooth, right? This is people's first time they've seen your model, so you don't have to make it like super fast. Now, what happens if you realize you did make it super fast and you want to change that, right? Like, let's say you realize the first part was too quick. How do we make it longer? Well, here's why. Here's how. You can move these keyframes. And so all I want to do is I want to somehow grab these keyframes here, and I just want to move them farther down. And then I can pick this keyframe up and move it farther down. So here we go. Here's a picking up and moving so you can adjust timing. In this window, okay, hit B for border select and click and drag. And I've got all three of those keyframes. With all three of those keyframes selected, I could hit G to grab, just like you would an object, and I could extend it out. So if I bring it out to 360, well, that's much longer time now. This animation is now going to be a lot slower. So nothing wrong with that, right? You're going to be selling your product, telling them something awesome about it while it zooms in. So that's the way you can change timing. But of course, now the gap between these two is different. That's a little faster now. Yeah, that's too fast. So I can always do the same idea here. I can go in this window, border select that keyframe, grab, pump it out. And now you'll see that that is slowed down that panning. And that's basically it. If you want to see one more really quickly here, just to show you the procedure, let's go for it. I'm going to add a few more frames here. Whoops, I don't know what I did there. I'll add a few more frames. I'll go to where I was. So let's just zoom in. This one ended up on frame 743. So remember what we're going to do if we're going to pick up the camera to make it go somewhere totally different. Go one frame later, keyframe again. Keyframe, location, rotation. Go one frame after that, and this is where we'll pick up our camera. So maybe I'm going to do, maybe I'll do something like this. All right, it's like start from here, keyframe. And then go way down in time somewhere. You can always move it later and move it and keyframe. And there you go. So check it out as we end the panning. The panning eventually ends. Remember, we only see what's in that orange window, and then it kicks into that one. Now, you might have seen this. If you sort of notice there, it seemed to have a weird little hook at the beginning, that weird rotation. If you do a change and you do get that, here's the fix. Okay, the fix is we had two keyframes of the same. To end the motion before, you can do the similar thing here. The starting of the motion, double that keyframe. Hit Shift D to duplicate and slide it over one frame. That'll now fix it, and you'll see it. It's going to be, whoops, that was way too fast. I don't know why it's playing so freaking quick now. I've changed the playback speed somewhere. I thought I changed the playback speed. It seems okay now. So when I hit play now, you're going to notice when that animation ends, this one's absolutely locked in. So if you have that problem, you can always have two keyframes of the same to end and two keyframes of the same to start. And what it does is, the reason that was doing that sort of weird bend is Blender tries to connect your end with your start keyframe. If you don't put these extra ones in, double them up, then the camera can do some weird twists. So it's just sort of what you have to do. That's basically it. I mean, in the next video, I'm going to show you how to render your footage. But what you're going to be going after in your project is you're going to be going after trying to get 30 seconds or so of footage so you can make a quick little commercial advertising your product. And so you want a couple zoom ins, pans, zoom outs, etc., without making the viewer nauseous, right? Keep it slow and easy, and it should be good. Oh, I forgot the one thing I was going to show you, how to change it so it doesn't pick up speed slowly at the beginning and the end. This is really easy. To end the easing, if you don't like the way it gradually eases into motion and you just want it going right away, in this window, you can hit A for all, right click, and interpolation mode. This is how it connects the dots. Currently it's Bezier, and you can see by the shape of this, it's a smooth curve, so it goes, eases in, eases out. If you switch it to linear, boom, now they're just going to connect dot to dot. So you can see right off the bat, boom, full speed. And there'll be no slowing down at the end either. And so that's the fix for that, if that's what you like to have in your video. Other than that, give it a little practice go. If you do mess up any of these keyframes, you can always click on a keyframe, border select it or click it and X and delete it and just start over, right? But be careful, once you start deleting keyframes, now it's trying to connect this one to this one, right? So you can delete, you can duplicate, You can create new ones and give yourself enough frames to work with.